Good morning, traders. Welcome to another Bitcoin and cryptocurrency morning update, the same as I do almost every morning. Only this time you can see my face. Yeah, I've got a bit of hay fever, but I show my face during the stream, so I may as well do these on the updates as well. So anyway, let's get into the price action. So Bitcoin here, 4-hour chart. Same range, same range. Okay, so we know this already. Big resistance at this daily level, and we have this this high up here again. Big resistance up here, and if you get past those, you've got these levels up here as well, and a lot of resistance overhead at the moment. So what has been happening recently? We've poked our head above this daily on a few occasions, starting to kind of break that down a little bit, and then also getting the swing failure pattern off of this high. And now since last night we have taken these 4-hour highs here, so it's eating through, and the rejections haven't been too bad at this stage. However, we do still have lower targets in case this does start to break down here. So I just want to go over a little bit of the move from yesterday. So around yesterday kind of morning time, I started to get a sense that we were going to see some volatility start to come into the market again. So we started to get this really nice increase in volume yesterday morning. And yeah, I think at this point, we'd had those two attempts at the daily, and then this third attempt, which obviously these lower highs that were being put in, and that started to get people looking down for these lower targets, this 39 260 area, and down towards here, this 38 200 area, and those are still targets for me as well. So we do have to be aware of those targets. They can still happen, and if price does break down and start to take these lows again, then obviously they are targets to the downside to be aware of. But what happened on these moves down is we got that really nice increase in volume on each of these moves down, but each time it was just building nice divergence at the lows. I think too many people expecting lower prices, getting short at the lows, thinking, okay, this is going to break, getting short at the lows again, okay, this is going to break, getting short at the lows again, and never happened. So that eventually led to this nice short squeeze out of the range. So you could see as the open interest was increasing, and this was from both longs and shorts, they were both increasing throughout this little area here where volume was increasing yesterday. And yeah, I think it was at this stage when we were around here. I went live yesterday. I was kind of looking for that move back up to the daily at this stage. Obviously that didn't happen. That went down again to continue building the open interest and to continue trapping short positions at the lows. And then finally, when the football was on, we got that nice move up. So this was really interesting, and I'll show you on the footprint chart in a minute. But basically this whole move up was quite a nice short squeeze from everyone getting short at these lows, looking down here. But the open interest wasn't following it. It was looking okay when we came through this level. Like, buyers were chasing the books and it was looking good and it kept on pushing higher. But then really as soon as it stalled, and this is why I say always take profit as soon as a move stalls. Yeah, then look what happened after that. It just, big move down to take all the stop losses that were down here as well for anyone who was on the long side. And then we're just chilling out back in the range again that we have been in. So yeah, at the moment it's looking kind of 50-50 which way this could go. We haven't taken kind of the major lows on this. You can call that is a high that we've got there. But again, here isn't looking too great with the kind of the way that this is again. If you take the same trend line, we did attempt to break out of it for a second time and again failed. So now we're looking at, yeah, something a bit like this going on. Again, I don't like diagonals, but it's interesting to see just the way that price is kind of chopping through and keeps getting back in towards this area. And eventually it's going to be squeezed out of that, and we'll either just continue going sideways, or we'll see again this 40k or this 39,300 area hit later on in the day. So I want to show on XO just what happened during this move up. So we can see here this really nice build of open interest throughout the day yesterday. So on each of these lows, how open interest was just continuing to build. So we had started to climb here, climbed some more here, climbed some more here. And then as the move up happened, it was starting to drop off. So we had that squeeze of the short positions because there were trapped shorts down at these lows. Not a lot, like the imbalances weren't great, but we did have some small imbalances at the lows here, and this was a good opportunity to trap some of those short positions and squeeze them out and stop them out of the market. But then as we got to the highs, you can see that there wasn't really any short positions opening so much up here. This was a lot of run the stops to the upside, and then clearly price stalled at the top here, and then as we fell back down, open interest at this stage falling off of a cliff. So all of this basically was longs closing out on the way down. Okay, it wasn't up until like we had that first bounce that then we had a little bit of aggression to the downside, which caused us to go a bit further down. So if you kind of go in on the low time frames, this is basically what we had. We had the move up to take the stops of anyone who was in a short position expecting lower. That obviously, these pentals are annoying. That obviously stalled, started to fall back down. This was all at this stage longs closing out. And then at this point, we had a little bit of aggression to the downside, which helped to push this down further. So that the bears took the opportunity to then push this down further, which was, really, really interesting move. So it was I was trying to watch the football, but Bitcoin had other plans for that. So for the rest of the day, I'm still pretty neutral on this. I do have my targets to the upside and I do have my targets to the downside. So let's first of all look at this as a failed breakout with a lower high, okay? And then we can look to the areas to the downside that I would like to trade. So first of all, the first big level is this daily here at 39,260. We also have confluence on that. It is a kind of a more medium term golden pocket coming in down there. And yeah, there's some other nice bits as well. Then if we do break down further, obviously we have this range, which will have support within it, but I do think this 39,260 is the key level within this range. And then below that, really, we have a big void. So this is where you've got to start being really careful if you are taking long positions that are starting to get too close to this kind of 38,800 area. So okay to take them here. So if price does come down and we're looking at like a swing failure of these lows here, then this is fine because there should be enough support within this little range to hold price up for a little bit, even if it doesn't really get the bounce that you want it to. But if you're starting to look at levels down here, this is where you have to start being really cautious, because below that we have no support, okay, nothing at all really, and apart from this weekly level. So within the single prints, I am looking at this 38,200 area as a potential bounce within these single prints that are on the chart. Now this is a bit more risky because again liquidity is very low here, and you could expect this quite easily at this stage. If we do lose 38,800, it could quite quickly come all the way down to 36k, so you have to be aware of that as well. So now that we've had this move up, our fibs have changed slightly, so let's have a look. So let's go low to high here, and we can start to build a little bit of confluence maybe around these levels again. So there's not a, yeah, we have the 382 that comes in right at the bottom of this range. So there is that. It could be a risky one. And that's the thing as well. I'll go over on to that in a minute. But with the single prints, they don't all have to fill. You can just tap the top and get a move up. So what you'd often see is, yeah, maybe we bounce here. It could come down, take the lows, tap the single prints, and then reverse. Or it could come all the way through the single prints and then reverse. It's a little bit more rare that you see it reverse halfway. It's either you reverse here or you reverse here. Or you have a nice level in the middle, which can also reverse it. So, yeah, lots and lots of levels to the downside. Choose your levels wisely and be careful with trading them, because just be aware that at this stage, after this much of a consolidation at the highs and with such little support below us, this could get quite aggressive quite quickly. So do be aware of that. If of course we do not get that big move down, then we will get a big move up. So we're going to get a move in one direction or another. It's going to happen. So I think best case scenario for a move down, if we do lose these lows, would be a bounce here. But worst case scenario, we're going all the way down to 36k or even to the lows of the range again. Yeah, if that doesn't happen, then we've got to be looking at the targets to the upside. So we do have this 42k, which is a big level. So this is our January all-time high. And then if we get through that, we've got the old range low up here as well. So you can add on confluence to both of these levels also. If we start to take a look at this, and we have a look here at our Fib extensions. So you can see from our low to our high to our low, we have the 1-to-1 coming up here at 42k as well. So be aware of that. 42k is a very big area. If we do get another move higher throughout the day. And yeah, we also have potentially this pitchfork playing out, which we have had the nice move to the top, and we can see the midpoint there, and we have the other option here of the channel. So again, midpoint of the channel has been respected. We've only got 3 touches so far, but we do have this channel idea going on as well. That takes us really quite high, and we've not had a touch on it up here. So yeah, just be aware of those. I guess now that we've not actually hit the top of the channel, this was here yesterday, you may be able to start drawing a wedge out of this. Try and get a touch point at the lows there. It's more channelly. It's not squeezing enough for a wedge. So yeah. Anything else I want to go over on Bitcoin? Probably not. Holding above VWAP at the moment. Looks promising. Open interest has been, again, actually building really nicely here. So this did shake out a lot of people, but we're having another big increase in open interest right now. On both sides, so both longs and shorts are increasing at the moment. So I do think we get another attempt at the daily, or well, another attempt at either one of these dailies pretty soon. Yeah, usually 9:30, 10 o'clock gives us some nice volatility just after I upload this video often. So we'll have to wait and see about that. Certainly by New York, I would expect some volatility to be in the market around then. And yeah, let's just have a look at the TPO. So we do have a pretty nice high here. So on the TPO, this does give you a resistance at 41,200. There's a nice selling tail up at the top there. And we've got a nice buying tail down at the lows today now. So it was a pretty poor low yesterday that got put in. But after that second move down that we had this morning, there's quite a nice support that's been put in here at 39,800. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. We do have this naked point of control coming in at 39,150, so that adds a bit of confluence to our 39,300 kind of support area. So we do have this naked point of control coming in just below there as well at 39,150. So yeah, that is everything really to go over on this chart today, I think. Let's have a look at Ethereum. So again, still holding this golden pocket. Could call this a descending triangle. You could call it whatever you like. But it is holding this area. If it breaks up, I do think we could see quite a nice move up on Ethereum. If this breaks down, then we do have this 0.0568 monthly level here on Ethereum as well. So I quite like what it's doing here. It is pretty decent support, but obviously if this does get lost, it could quite quickly find itself another, what's that, like 20% down from where it is now. Possibly that's going to depend a lot on what Bitcoin does, so we might see that correlation between Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ethereum gave a really nice trade last night, so this was off of the weekly open yesterday. So we did have this really nice bounce off of the weekly open. It did come down to take those stops, and now it's getting a bounce out of that. So that's pretty good. So I got into this trade last night. Didn't set a stop loss. This is one where that I kind of have alerts and things if price does start to break down. And that's more on the BTC bear, to be honest. But yeah, so it's still looking okay on the ETH USD chart as well. So nice support that we've got there. Litecoin seeing a move up this morning. So again, I haven't really looked at Litecoin, but I would assume, yeah, as usual, you have the golden pocket support coming in just here as well. So alts look bouncy. Litecoin actually looks really nice, technically on the US dollar chart as well. So this has been this breakout and back test and support off of the weekly level. So Litecoin looks kind of all right here. Looks quite nice. Looks quite constructive. And yeah, as usual, Link, the same kind of stuff with Link. We're looking for this potential bump and run reversal on Link off of the 0.5 to break through the 382 here of this like long-term log channel here. So this has been a really long downtrend on Link USD, and this log channel has just been one of the best technical channels I've ever seen in crypto. This is from since Link started, so I keep talking about this, but you can go all the way back here to 2017, and you can just see the respect that this log channel has. It's quite amazing, and it's still doing it. So it's really the only thing you need on Link. Anything moving? Swipe is moving up a little bit today. Nothing particular to cover on that. yeah, you could call that a little spring. Taking these lows, we're coming in to back test that area and got a bounce. BZRX moving up again today. So it's been moving up nicely, BZRX, over the past few days. This is a coin that I do like to trade quite a lot. You get some nice big moves because like it's the second biggest mover on Binance Futures today, and yeah, it's barely done anything when you actually zoom in. GRT having a bounce, so that's off of its global point of control here. RSR, another one of our favorites, although it's down quite a lot, but again, just holding around this support area. It's looking quite nice. Yeah, nothing else really to look at this morning. We are at 20 minutes. I'm probably going to leave it at that. So yeah, support, obviously resistance and resistance. Those are the big areas that I'm looking at. Pretty equal percentages to each to trade. So possible shorts, possible longs, and then if you want to trade a breakout, you could maybe try that if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, cool. Again, anyone who's watching this who isn't already part of the Discord, here is our lovely Discord group. It is in the description below. So we're looking at the Bitcoin charts channel here. You can see we've got a nice altcoin charts channel. This is when I took the long off of the weekly open last night. And yeah, we can see our nice little community. So do come and join us if you would like to do that. Link is in the description and the comments below. Cool. That's everything. So yeah, I will catch everyone in the chat and see you all later. Cheers guys, bye.